So each tank is individually heated, which is probably costing a fortune, but I don't care because I like to look after my fish. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to MD Fish Tanks. I'm MD and these are my fish tanks. Okay guys, well here's the old studio. It's a bit of a bomb site from me clearing out. These are all really good plants, by the way. That's not, but these are all really good plants. And this is just where I've been trying to shift stuff to and forward, to and fro. But I've just come in and turned the lights on and woke up the Ranchu Crew. Oh bless. I'm gonna have to disturb them a bit. I'm gonna have to take all these plants out. I won't take all the rocks out. I'll take out all the top ones, I think, and then the ones on the bottom row will be fine. And then take all the water out. They've got an independent heater in at the moment because I've removed the heater from this room and put it into the new studio. So each tank is individually heated, which is probably costing a fortune, but I don't care because I like to look after my fish. Okay, so yeah, a bit of a time lapse because this isn't going to be a quick job. Yeah, get on with it. Right guys, so it has now been quite a few, well, a couple of weeks I think since we first sort of built the studio. A lot's changed, so I'm just going to walk you around and just talk about a few things that have changed since we built it. So the first thing we did was we set up this amazing tank. Well, I mean that's blowing my own trumpet a bit, but I do really like it. It's the Rainbow River, fast flowing current at one side and then over the other side. Quite chilled, but it's actually still quite fast, but the water's so clear you can't tell that well, but just look at that bit flapping around there. Yeah, so we did that. And then after that, Aquariums for Life came along and they installed all of these amazing tanks for us. Got those two there, and we've got the Paludarium and another 600 there. I moved in this small nano tank, which is really nice. Well, I like it. I think it's really cool. It's a tiny little thing. It's only 16 litres. There's my hand up against it, just for some scale. We moved on and we brought in the better fish, which you saw last video. You can see how much it's purling. Look at that. Purling loads, and that murkiness is normal, guys. I've just done a massive water change on it to pick it up and bring it in here, so it will remain murky probably for a couple of weeks before it balances back out again. Like I say, no filter tanks, you need to just be really careful with them, and they don't like any sort of change. So even if you'd like raise the lighting levels, murky. If you do too much of a water change, murky. That's what I mean, so they're just best left alone. But Magic Mike, look, he's doing good. Hello fella, how you doing? He knows we're here, he knows me now, and he knows that his food's there. And oh, there's a nice beer as well in shot. But that there has got a red top, and he knows exactly what that means, bless him. Anyway, so but today, what we're doing, oh yeah, also of course, yeah, we moved across the cave aquarium as well, didn't we? Which looks so good, I think, right next to the Rainbow River. I don't know if you agree, but I was a little bit worried that it would be too close, but that's not the case at all, because look, I'm right across the side. It's not really impacting the view at all. It's just a little wasted space here, but I kept it there so I could actually access all of like the panels and everything that I'd need to for the filters. I don't know why I said panels, they're not panels. But we also moved in the 800 centimetre that had the Ranchu Crew in. Now, this needs to be rescaped, cleaned up, all of that, light fitted, everything. So that's the first job. I'm going to get on with that now, fit the light, get it all cleaned up for you. Time lapse, hit it. Okay, so I've just decided, to be honest, that I think what I want to do is just keep it as it is, but give everything a deep clean and re-put it in a slightly different way than I did before, because I actually think that this size tank is perfect, if I'm honest, for the type of scape I've done. It's the right size for it, because I like to have the main filtration this side from the canister filter, and then I like to have my filter the other side that's just, you know, using the air pump, so, you know, a sponge filter. But I've also got something new that I've been sent that will fit in that gap nicely. It's an awesome idea. I'll show you in a bit when I get it in, but for now I just want to get the whole tank clean and get ready to get some water in. Right, okay, that's the glass nice and clean. Well, it's as clean as I'm willing to put time into. I'm not one to get stuff absolutely perfect, but for me, you know, that's good as it needs to be. Anyway, yeah, we've got the twin star light up. This is the 600 pendant version. It's the E model, I'm pretty sure. I could just check actually. Hang on. Twin star light 600S. So ignore what I just said. It's the S variety. That's the base rock's already in, the substrate's already in. This has all still had water in it, so it's all hopefully still quite, you know, good in terms of bacteria colonization. The next thing we need to do now is start putting back the rocks that went on top of this layer, because this stuff's ugly, so I just put it underneath to hide, and then we want more of the black rocks all on top, and then we can put a moss on top of that, and then we can put our plants in front, inside, around, everywhere. Let's do this! Hopefully you could see there that I wasn't really too concerned with how I was sort of placing it all in, because at the end of the day there's going to be so much greenery in all these crevices and cracks, and then we've got moss going all over it, that, you know, it's just a framework. You can be as rough as you like if you guys are doing this. Just lay down some stones as a base, build around it from the back to the front, and bring height on it. There's nothing complicated about that at all, but I think it's effective. So next thing I think I want to do now is I'm going to put in the ferns next, and the Anubias and the Hygrophila pinnatifida, and then the moss afterwards, because we can cover up any areas that are showing the rooted bits. So that's all the Anubias and all the Java fern in. I did have the Hygrophila pinnatifida in there before, but I don't want to put it in this time. I think that looks really good as it is. They're so green, these plants, that the pinnatifida has a different sort of colour tone to it, which it works in some scapes, but I want this one looking really simple. I just love how it is. So we're going to keep it with just those plants, but now obviously we need to put in our moss, because again, the moss matches it all, the black, and it just works. So yeah, moss next. Right, I think that's looking great. It's a little bit different to before because I haven't stacked it quite as high in that far corner, but I'm happy with that because I think it looks really open, which is going to be awesome for the Ranchu Crew. So we'll be able to see more of them and less of the plants, because the plants should be secondary in this tank. I mean, a lot of the tanks I set up, I want normally the scape to be the first thing and then the fish to complement the scape. This one, it's more about the fish. I love the Ranchu Crew. I can't wait to fill this up and get them in. Let's get on it. I'm going to fill it up with water from my outdoor tap, which means it's going to be super cold. So I'm going to have to let it heat overnight, and then I can put them in the morning. Right, well, as you can see, everything's filled up and there's a lot of condensation on the glass. Now, the tank's actually sitting at the moment about like 11-12 degrees, and the tank I've got the Ranchu Crew in fact, I'll show you. So this is the old studio, a little bit embarrassing, but there's only one tank left in there now, little storage bit, and obviously this really old school tank as well. There's no livestock in it anymore, but this is the one this is the no filter tank I set up well over a year ago now. I'm gonna keep it going somehow. I'm gonna find a space for it somewhere. But here is where I'm keeping the Ranchu Crew, down in this little plant vat. They're loving it. But this water's actually sat at 19 degrees at the moment, which is much warmer than their other tanks. So I'm just gonna have to give it a little bit of time before I can move them over. They seem to actually really like this shallow tank. Sorry guys, but you're going back to your main tank because this is too small. Well guys, it's quite late, but the tank is now ready. It's up to temperature. All the condensation's gone. Doesn't even look like there's any water in there. That's how good it is. But I think it was worth staying up because I really want to get the Ranchu Crew in, get them comfortable, then I can switch everything off and maybe go to bed. But yeah, let's get them in now and just do a nice little bit of slow-mo for them. Oh, bless them. Well, they look like they're absolutely loving it already. Like, it's almost like, even though it's different, they're like, we're home, it's the same. I'm really happy with it. It looks really good, doesn't it? Ow, I just walked into something. Yeah, I think it looks great, like from right back here as well. I've got nothing else turned on in the studio at all at the moment, apart from obviously this massive light. But yeah, everything else is in bed. Oh, they're so cool, look at them. They're loving it. Look great in this tank, didn't they? Look at that. La 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 la. La 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 la. They still make me laugh every time. Every time. Right guys, so now that we've got all that sorted, I just want to add in the extra boost filtration, if you like. Goldfish are renowned to be messy as hell because you feed them a lot because they get big, they want a lot of food, they poop a lot. So we've got a standard sort of canister filter in at the moment, but in the last setup, last time I done this, I added in this sort of sponge filter, done the job really well, nothing wrong with it. Black, so it blended in. But then a company reached out to me, a 1-2 filter they're called. As your channel grows, you start getting offered a lot of products. And now usually I just like, nah, no thanks, no thanks. But this one caught my eye and I found it looked quite interesting. So I got the Disassembly one. This is how it looks like. It's quite nice looking. It's got like these sort of propellers on the top. So it's air driven vacuum, like any sort of sponge filter if you like, but it traps all the waste inside, meaning that all you have to do is take off the top and just clean it very easy. Like it will take like seconds to clean. So that's what I was interested in that. Plus it's a lot smaller, more compact, and yeah, I just thought I'd give it a go. So it'll be quite interesting to actually see the amount of waste being collected. So air comes in the top and comes up, you know, flows out the top as usual, and then it pulls in the water from the bottom, cleans all the poop and stuff, and captures it inside. So yeah, just give it a go. We'll see in a month's time or something like that. Not even a month, but you know, just see how much it collects, if it's any good or not. So that'll be interesting to do. 1-2 filter. If you are interested, I'll leave the link for it below. Yeah, it's just something I've not seen before and I thought I'd give it a go. So let's get that put in. Also, everyone was always banging on to me, you need to get black airline tube. I've got it. So gonna use the black airline tube, so you can't even see that as well. So let's do that. I think it's also worth noting that everything, this is quite hard to do one-handed of course, but all comes apart, and then there's some you know, biological filtration in there as well, some ceramic balls. You can also fill the whole canister up with ceramic media if you want as well, but I want to keep it open just so that I can, you know, see how much waste is being collected. Okay, that's all set up. I don't know if you noticed in the time lapse there, but as I cut the airline hosing, I completely forgot that there would be a siphon. It just started spraying water everywhere. I had to grab one of those check valves. Just stuck a check valve in quickly, and that sort of plugged it. But yeah, we're all on. Moment of truth, I guess. Right, turning on now. Yeah, bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. So hopefully you guys are really liking that, but there's still quite a lot more I want to talk to you about, because we've still got all these tanks here. Aquariums for Life provide us with them all, and they're still currently empty. But you know, I've got plans coming. I just wanted to set up all the, you know, existing tanks first. Now this tank here, for instance, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be called Angel's Jungle. I'll leave it at that. Let you guys try and guess what that's going to be. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. This one's going to, well, actually, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing here. This is going to be different, very new for me. But then over here, into the paludarium, I want to do like a really cool valley, like a real steep rocky valley, like a moss mountain, open gap in the middle. And then this tank will just be for Pancho, the whole thing. Because, you know, at the end of the day, Pancho is like that big in here, and it's a massive space because it's obviously, it's 60 by 60. So there's a lot of water in there. I mean, Pancho at the moment is there. Hello. Can you see? Yeah, of course you can see right there. Hello, my love. Anyway, yeah, she's in there, and she doesn't need a huge amount of space. She doesn't move around that much, but you know, this will be absolutely fine for her until she gets bigger, and then we can go somewhere else. But yeah, I think that's going to be perfect for her. But then moving on, this tank here, no light at the moment. This is going to be for my children. I'm going to let them set this up, and they can choose. Well, not them. That's a lie. I'm going to set it up. They're going to choose what goes in it, what fish go in it, and I know they're going to choose some awfully tacky decorations that I'm going to try and make work. But you know, that's all part of the fun of it. That would be cool. If you guys remember, a few videos ago as well, we moved the cave aquarium into here, and the point aquarium. Did I just say? Why were we saying aquarium? Yeah, we moved the cave aquarium in here for the reason being that the area that the cave aquarium was sat, I wanted to have a desk because I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable to keep making videos. So let me just take you in and show you what I've done. Yeah, so here it is, guys. I've got to be a bit quiet because everyone's in bed, but yeah, nice little area, look. Currently doing some editing right now. This video, in fact. I always like to edit like part of it and then, you know, do some more filming, then some more editing, just to make sure it flows nicely. But if you look up here, look, these are all those sort of cards you get from Tropica right now with the nice drawings on. And we've got Hygrophila, Pinnatifida there, some Crinum that I've got in my tank, S. repens, which I can't grow very well, some Bacopa, and some Cyphus halflululub. I'll fill you guys in quickly as well. Just on Captain Redbeard, so his tank is massively overgrown, but I've left it like that on purpose because it's provided him with a little bed. Look, here he is. Hey buddy, how you doing? So he's still completely active. Yeah, he's not looking any better, he's not looking any worse. I'm just gonna sort of leave it as it is. He's got aquarium salt in, he's got loads of water changes going on, so giving him the best chance. I can't really do a lot more, but yeah, we'll have to just see how that one goes. Right, that's the end of this video, guys. So if you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. If you've enjoyed it, give it a like as well, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.